could build your own city. A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference, TTX. For over 20 years now, the Women of Color STEM Conference has championed the strides of thousands of professionals with a focus on uniting women in STEM, helping to reimage what opportunities look like, what diversity looks like, what women impacting the world looks like. This multicultural event, presented annually since 1995 in conjunction with the Women of Color magazine, has been the premier forum of choice for recognizing the significant contributions of women in STEM fields. Your participation each year continues the legacy and strengthens the impact of this one-of-a-kind experience. Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX. Reset to rise. It's a new day. Here are some special messages for this year's award winners.
Congratulations, Mom! We are so proud of you. You deserve this and much, much more. We love you and have fun celebrating. Bye.
Hi, Tanya. I just want to say congratulations and best wishes with your future and other ventures. I can't wait to see what's next for you. And again, I just want to say congratulations. And I love you. Stay blessed.
Charnel, we want to congratulate you on your outstanding achievement and your Rising Star Award. On behalf of our L&D team, we couldn't be more proud of you. Congratulations. Go get them.
On behalf of the Kanapalal family, I would like to congratulate my wife, Siji Thomas, who is one of the 2021 Women of the Color Award winner. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Anna. We love you. You're the best.
The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX, dedicated to celebrating you. The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX. This year, we are boldly pursuing our future as never before. As women, as leaders, as champions, we are set to rise. It's a new day. Don't miss this epic platform for women and our digital twin experience, giving you all that you expect from this powerful conference and more. We acknowledge your passion, your drive, your leadership, and your unwavering commitment to making this world a better place for women in STEM fields. The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX, October 7th through the 9th, 2021. Register today at www.womenofcolor.net.
Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference DTX experience. Stay up to date on all the conference events with the mobile app. To get the app, follow these easy steps.
1. Go to the Apple Store or Google Play Store. 2. Type Career Communications Group into the search bar. 3. Select the CCG STEM icon and press Install. The download process will begin. 4. Open the app and select Women of Color, then press Load. You are now plugged into the schedule and happenings of the Women of Color experience.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference, TTX. For over 20 years now, the Women of Color STEM Conference has championed the strides of thousands of professionals with a focus on uniting women in STEM, helping to reimage what opportunities look like, what diversity looks like, what women impacting the world looks like. This multicultural event, presented annually since 1995 in conjunction with the Women of Color magazine, has been the premier forum of choice for recognizing the significant contributions of women in STEM fields. Your participation each year continues the legacy and strengthens the impact of this one-of-a-kind experience. Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX. Reset to rise. It's a new day. Here are some special messages for this year's award winners.
Congratulations, Mom! We are so proud of you. You deserve this and much, much more. We love you and have fun celebrating. Bye.
Hi, Tanya. I just want to say congratulations and best wishes with your future and other ventures. I can't wait to see what's next for you. And again, I just want to say congratulations. And I love you. Stay blessed.
Charnel, we want to congratulate you on your outstanding achievement and your Rising Star Award. On behalf of our L&D team, we couldn't be more proud of you. Congratulations. Go get them.
On behalf of the Kanapalal family, I would like to congratulate my wife, Siji Thomas, who is one of the 2021 Women of Color Award winner. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Anna. We love you. You're the best.
The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX, dedicated to celebrating you. The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX, This year, we are boldly pursuing our future as never before. As women, as leaders, as champions, we reset to rise. It's a new day. Don't miss this epic platform for women and our digital twin experience, giving you all that you expect from this powerful conference and more. We acknowledge your passion, your drive, your leadership, and your unwavering commitment to making this world a better place for women in STEM fields. The Women of Color STEM Conference DTX, October 7th through the 9th, 2021. Register today at www.womenofcolor.net.
Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference DTX experience. Stay up to date on all the conference events with the mobile app. To get the app, follow these easy steps.
1. Go to the Apple Store or Google Play Store. 2. Type Career Communications Group into the search bar. 3. Select the CCG STEM icon and press Install. The download process will begin. 4. Open the app and select Women of Color, then press Load. You are now plugged into the schedule and happenings of the Women of Color experience.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX. For over 20 years now, the Women of Color STEM Conference has championed the strides of thousands of professionals with a focus on uniting women in STEM, helping to reimage what opportunities look like, what diversity looks like, what women impacting the world looks like. This multicultural event, presented annually since 1995 in conjunction with the Women of Color magazine, has been the premier forum of choice for recognizing the significant contributions of women in STEM fields. Your participation each year continues the legacy and strengthens the impact of this one-of-a-kind experience. Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX. Reset to rise. It's a new day. Here are some special messages for this year's award winners.
Congratulations, Mom! We are so proud of you. You deserve this and much, much more. We love you and have fun celebrating. Bye.
Hi, Tanya. I just want to say congratulations and best wishes with your future and other ventures. I can't wait to see what's next for you. And again, I just want to say congratulations. And I love you. Stay blessed.
Charnel, we want to congratulate you on your outstanding achievement and your Rising Star Award. On behalf of our L&D team, we couldn't be more proud of you. Congratulations. Go get them.
On behalf of the Kanapalal family, I would like to congratulate my wife, Siji Thomas, who is one of the 2021 Women of the Color Award winner. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Anna. We love you. You're the best.
The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX, dedicated to celebrating you. The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX. This year, we are boldly pursuing our future as never before. As women, as leaders, as champions, we are set to rise. It's a new day. Don't miss this epic platform for women and our digital twin experience, giving you all that you expect from this powerful conference and more. We acknowledge your passion, your drive, your leadership, and your unwavering commitment to making this world a better place for women in STEM fields. The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX, October 7th through the 9th, 2021. Register today at www.womenofcolor.net.
Welcome to the Women of Color STEM Conference DTX experience. Stay up to date on all the conference events with the mobile app. To get the app, follow these easy steps.
1. Go to the Apple Store or Google Play Store. 2. Type Career Communications Group into the search bar. 3. Select the CCG STEM icon and press Install. The download process will begin. 4. Open the app and select Women of Color, then press Load. You are now plugged into the schedule and happenings of the Women of Color experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from STEM City, USA, and the TCF Center in Detroit is the 26th Women of Color STEM Conference Digital Twin Experience, a 365 year-round platform like no other that's with you 24/7, the first of its kind in the recruitment and convention industry. You connect here. You grow here. You belong here in our trusted multicultural community, brought to you by your Women of Color Conference hosts, Jacobs and Women of Color magazine, with academic co-host Texas Southern University, and sponsored by General Motors, starring the legendary Queen of Women of Color MCs, Associate Dean at North Carolina State University, Wilson College of Textiles, and 2019 Women of Color Technologist of the Year, Dr. Pamela McCauley. We warmly welcome you to the Women of Color Breakfast with Leaders and Legends. Now, here are our Women of Color STEM City USA co-hosts, Ada Romano and Ray Kennedy.
Good morning, everybody. I hope that you are ready to start your day. Ever since the 1980s, Career Communications Group has promoted STEM as an integral part of the global competitiveness and America's advancement.
Nowhere is this more important than for our multicultural nation's people of color and cultures. Every year, CCG's publications, U.S. Black Engineer and Information Technology Magazine, Women of Color Magazine, and Hispanic Engineer and Information Technology Magazine reach thousands of people with role models in STEM who look just like them.
And likewise, our Women of Color and Bay of STEM conferences bring our magazines to life by shining the light on major accomplishments and advancements in STEM at our yearly events.
Now we take it to a whole new level. The Women of Color STEM DTX, or Digital Twin Experience, that you're experiencing is a first. As we've already shared with you, if you're registered as a Women of Color Conference attendee, you now have access to our content over this entire year.
And not just the content from this 3-day conference, but continually added new content that will enrich you professionally and personally by exposing you to new horizons and enhanced possibilities through our new platform, STEMcityUSA.com.
That's right, and STEMcityUSA.com has 5 buildings that connect you to a digital world with real people to support you.
We have the Eugene Deloach Welcome Center,
the La Familia Health and Wellness Center.
We also have the Linda Gooden Professional and Financial Center,
the David Stewart Multicultural Center,
and last but not least, we have the Educational Discovery Center with its P-12 auditorium and separate HBCU gathering spaces for each of our 15 ABET accredited HBCU engineering schools.
STEMcityUSA.com is your one-stop source for an up-to-date career center, professional seminars, weekly podcasts, public school spaces introducing our young people to STEM careers, plus popular conference auditoriums and venues, including the Stemulating Lounge, CCG's STEM Hall of Fame, and the U.S. Military's Tribute Hall.
And the best part, Ada, is?
What is that?
You hold the key to the city. STEMcityUSA.com. Now, let's get back to our wonderful award show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our illustrious MC. She is a former program director of the National Science Foundation's Innovation Corps, current Associate Dean at North Carolina State University, Wilson College of Textiles, and the 2019 Women of Color Technologist of the Year. Of course, we could only be talking about the amazing Dr. Pamela McCauley.
Good morning, and welcome. We want you all to know we are live streaming our award shows, including this one. Now tell all your friends and family to go to YouTube's Career Communications Inc. Baltimore right now to watch our award show, especially if you're being honored. And tell them they'll also find out about STEM City USA. Is that incredible? Your phenomenal new resource for career enhancement, advancement, finance, healthcare, education, including pre-K through 12 opportunities for kids and links to our HBCUs, as well as performances by major entertainers. Now, this is a breakfast show, so I hope you've already poured yourselves a lovely cup of coffee or tea, or maybe you've opted for a mimosa, which is what I would do if I weren't here, or a Bloody Mary. But whatever your pleasure, I sincerely hope you're treating yourselves very well this morning like the goddesses that you are. Lord knows we all deserve it, because few years have tested our resolve, resilience, and strength as much as the year just passed. And we're not even through. The challenges continue. And women, we have to wear even more hats than we normally do, take on even more roles than we're accustomed to, and for many of us, we have endured great loss. I know that I have. In my family, I experienced the passing of my wonderful father and my mother, who's equally wonderful, her subsequent major health challenges. But just like you, I'll rise. We all rise. I am so grateful for the sisterhood that is here at this conference. You are my sisterhood of strength, and I salute all of you for being the inspiration that you are. Now, speaking of sisterhood, I want to remind everybody that you can record your very own video congratulating your friends, your family, your mom, your sister, and post it on STEMisagirlthing.com. Think how happy they'll be to see your well wishes. Again, please go record your own personal video message congratulating your friends, your family on their awards and post it on STEMisagirlthing.com. Now, if you haven't already done so, we want to encourage you to download the Women of Color STEM Conference mobile app. Be sure to do that. It is so cool. It's interactive and it's so easy to use and puts you literally in touch with everything that's going on here at the conference. Updates and even alerts. And then you can even create your own personal schedule and much more. So please go get that app right away. And I also want to take this moment to congratulate my Latina sisters who are standing in their grace and glory as we celebrate National Hispanic American Heritage Month that began September 15th and runs through October 15th. Since the start of the Women of Color STEM Conference, so many of my sisters have walked across this stage and received prestigious awards. Congratulations to all of you. Now, before we get started with our award presentation, we want to let you know that this morning you'll also have a chance to win some prizes just by texting. So just text WOCSTEM.TECHAM to 77948, and you will be contacted if you're the winner. So let's get this wonderful event started. Now for our first award presentation. Tracy Clark is a phenomenal leader at Bell. She has demonstrated exceptional technical acumen and outstanding leadership while being a force for change in the community. Tracy effectively leads a team of 14 engineers and technicians to design, build, and maintain instrumentation systems on Bell's test aircraft. Tracy leads her team with focused determination to successfully complete the company mission while developing and mentoring her team members. Tracy served as a community outreach chair for Bell's African Ancestry Network group, hosting a math and engineering camp focused on exposing high school students to the engineering career path. I am proud to present Tracy Clark.
My parents encouraged me to be creative and to strive for more than what was expected from a young Black girl growing up in a small rural town in North Louisiana. I was also surrounded by many accomplished women who demonstrated we could do anything. My grandmother raised 10 children, ages 8 to 21, after her husband passed away. My aunt traveled the world in the United States Air Force, retiring as a lieutenant colonel. My mother became the first African-American female lieutenant for the Louisiana Weights and Standards Police Department. The strength of these amazing women showed me what's possible and gave me the drive and the courage to be the engineer here in front of you today.
Congratulations, outstanding. It's going to be such an inspiring morning. Now, here's this morning's first test question. We're going to test your knowledge. Using your cell phone, take a picture of the QR code and see just how smart you are in answering these questions. Now, I've been here a while, so I know the answer to most of these. But what was the name of the 2007 Technologist of the Year who worked on F-20T and the Joint Strike Fighter programs? Was it A, Shanita K. Davis, B, Stephanie Manuel Bailey, or C, Dr. Donna Bell? The answer is coming soon. Okay? All righty. So when it comes to advancing gender parity, Raytheon Technologies is an advocate of Paradigm for Parity, a coalition of business leaders dedicated to addressing the corporate leadership gender gap. The coalition is made up of CEOs, senior executives, founders, board members, and business academics who are committed to achieving a corporate world where women and men have equal power, status, and opportunity. The ultimate goal is to achieve full gender parity by 2030 with a near-term goal of women holding at least 30% of senior roles. Here from Raytheon Technologies to present our Special Recognition Award is the President of Military Engines for Pratt & Whitney, Matthew Bromberg.
Program Manager Takia Easley plays an integral role in the Military Engines Program Office. Under her leadership, Pratt & Whitney has delivered multiple proposals generating new and continued sales. Most notably, Takia managed the production restart proposal of F-22 hardware, projected at $200 million over the program lifespan. Takia's 16 years of aerospace component design and project management expertise, coupled with her drive to solve complex problems and deliver customer solutions, are key to her success as a program manager. She is also passionate about continuing the pipeline of diverse talent in STEM. I am proud to present Takia Easley.
And a gifted father. My parents instilled in me academic excellence and a strong work ethic. As a high school senior, I decided to follow in my father's footsteps by pursuing engineering. Throughout my career, I've had mentors and sponsors who've made time for me, given me candid feedback and advice. I stand before you today because the combination of consistency and opportunity aligned. After years of preparation and pursuit, I landed my dream job. I am honored to receive this award today, and most importantly, to represent girls and women of color in STEM. It is my mission to encourage women of color and HBCUs to fill the pipeline with STEM candidates. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Awesome. Now, back to that question. What was the name of the 2007 Technologist of the Year who worked on F-22 and the Joint Strike Fighter program? If you answered Chanita K. Davis, you got it. You got it. Now, I actually didn't remember that one, but hopefully somebody won that. Now it's my pleasure to present the recipient of our next special recognition award, Crystal Folks. Crystal Folks is the embodiment of Microsoft values of empowering others to achieve more. She is passionate about working in communities of color where she strives to uplift and inspire the next youth engineers. At Microsoft, she is a champion for promoting diverse teams and ensuring everyone listens, empathizes, and advocates for others. That's awesome. She brings her joy for technology and support every day to enthuse and help Microsoft delight customers. I am proud to present Crystal Folks.
When I think about what it's like growing up, I vividly remember being teased and bullied for loving math, STEM, and acting a certain way. All I was trying to do is just be myself. As so often happens, this took me years to process. Fortunately, my family always supported me and encouraged me to elevate myself beyond stereotypes and be the person I knew I was. That is an engineer, a leader, and a unicorn. I thank God for this recognition, and I'm so grateful for the friends and family who always stood with me, with the me I'm meant to be.
Congratulations again, Crystal. And all of those people who bullied you about loving math, I really hope they just saw you receive this award. Congratulations. Now here to present our next special recognition award is a project manager for Leidos, Jenny Stofa.
Dr. Noor Farida Haroon is an outstanding researcher representing Leidos at the National Energy Technology Laboratory. She is a leading international expert in cyber-physical systems, an area of great importance to the U.S. Department of Energy. Noor Farida and her colleagues at the laboratory have pioneered a new cyber-physical system approach to accelerate the technology advancement at a lower cost and risk. Noor Farida also has an extreme passion for being a role model and serves as a mentor to strengthen a diverse pipeline of future STEM professionals from the Hispanic community and underrepresented students in STEM. Her passion for her work and contributions to the scientific community are nothing short of phenomenal. I am proud to present Dr. Noor Farida Haroon.
I grew up in a small city in Malaysia. Though my family didn't have many material things, my parents valued good education above all else. I remember One night, during a heavy rainstorm, my dad came to pick me up from a class, driving an old motorcycle, which was the only family transportation we had. While all the other parents drove cars, he arrived in the rain completely soaked. Though I was very proud of my dad, I recall sitting behind him and crying hard all the way home. That night shaped me to always be determined and motivated to excel, to give back to my parents, and to prove to those who belittle us that they were wrong.
Ah, how inspiring. Congratulations, Dr. Farida Haroon. Awesome. Our next award recipient is Akisa Lewis, a dedicated, committed, and successful leader who has served for years in the capacity of advocate, mentor, role model, and steward through her community service work in support of the IT Senior Management Forum and the National Society of Black Engineers. As a proven technology and business leader, she has dedicated her career to identifying and implementing strategies and innovations to meet and exceed the mission and goals of noteworthy organizations during her tenure. She is the founder of a D&I-focused nonprofit, Callisto Black Society, as she sees her diversity as a gift and never tires when it comes to bringing positivity to the world where it relates to the narrative of being Black. The IT Senior Management Forum and I are proud to present Akisa Lewis.
Project 500, a program admitting 500 young Black minds to the University of Illinois in the 60s, brought my parents together. 20 entered the College of Engineering. 1 matriculated, my dad. His salary as a civil engineer took care of our family of 6, pets, vacations, and everything in between. I thought, if he can care for a family of 6, I can certainly care for 1. The byproduct of his career in STEM allowed my mother the choice to work full-time or be a homemaker full-time. We were fortunate to have her there every day for our little stories. My computer engineering journey makes my parents proud, which makes me elated, allows for access, choices, the ability to bring others along, and I'm humbly honored and forever grateful. Thank you.
Congratulations. I love hearing about multiple generations of engineers, so that is very exciting. Now for our next Test Your Knowledge question. Once again, we're going to use our cell phones. So use your cell phone to take a picture of the QR code and see just how good you are at answering this question. Sarita Rowe, the 2011 Technologist of the Year, landed a job with this corporation right after graduating from Chicago's DePaul University in 1990. Was it A, Corning, B, AT&T, or C, Lockheed Martin? So stay tuned for the answer. Now, the recipient of our next special recognition award is Rahel Rood, who exemplifies leadership in both her professional and personal life. She leads a team of engineers and scientists across 2 branches within the Air Force's Human Systems Division. She also leads health initiatives within her community as part of the Links Incorporated. Rahel is passionate about mentoring and developing the next generation of engineers that will continue pushing the boundaries of technology. Her technical leadership and support of female fitment and physical accommodations have led to approving aircraft uniforms that are designed to accommodate the full range of airmen within the U.S. Air Force. I am proud to present Rahel Rood.
I knew I was destined to become an engineer ever since I was a child. How many children at the age of 6 grabbed their parents' tools to remove training wheels without any help? No one could convince me that I couldn't do something. To this day, no matter how difficult it may be, when I set a goal, I am determined to achieve it. It is that attitude, a lot of luck, and a whole lot of support that have led me to this point. I humbly accept this award with gratitude for the encouragement from my family and friends who have stood with me throughout my whole journey. Thank you.
Congratulations. Now that was a woman on a mission took her own training wheels off at 6 years old. I love it. I absolutely love it. Congratulations again. Now let's see how well you did on our last test question. If you guessed that after graduation, Sarita Rowe landed a job with AT&T, you're right. So congratulations if you got that. Now I'm delighted to welcome our speaker from our conference host, Jacobs. Here is the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for Jacobs Critical Mission Solutions, Dawn Hickton.
Welcome, everyone, to the 2021 Women of Color Breakfast with Leaders and Legends. It's an honor to be with so many impressive and powerful women in STEM. As I think about the visionary, passionate, and talented women I've had the pleasure of knowing and working with throughout my career, there's one quality in particular that's always stood out to me and that I find truly inspiring. They do not fear disruption. In fact, they relish it. As women in STEM, we know that disruption creates space for opportunity and innovation. It allows us to collectively leave the status quo behind and reimagine a better future. And the progress we make doesn't happen in a silo or a vacuum. It opens its arms wide enough to bring everyone along so we all move forward together. And speaking of this disruption, the disruption of this pandemic has been so comprehensive. It's touched every aspect of every life around the world. And there's so much that we've lost: loved ones, livelihoods, major life events. And for women in particular, one of the most painful losses is progress. Women have left the workforce in record numbers, and the impact on our industry is staggering. But even in this seismic shift, there's hope. Companies like Jacobs are reinforcing their efforts to attract, retain, and mentor the female leaders of today and tomorrow. We have never seen a greater focus on supporting women in STEM than we are experiencing today. And every one of you is helping our industry regain that momentum for professional women. You're leaning into this disruption, and you're blazing a new trail for everyone to follow, including the young women and men who will see your work, hear your stories, and feel that sudden spark to dream bigger. And Jacobs will be with you, challenging today and reinventing tomorrow. And now it's my great personal pleasure to present the next special recognition award. At Jacobs, we are continually challenging today and reinventing tomorrow. And Miss Fleur Ryan is one such leader who does just that. She's a mentor, an innovator, and a problem solver who turns challenges into greater opportunities for our company. As a senior executive in the advancing national security defense business, Fleur drives the expansion of a $700 million plus portfolio, delivering mission-critical solutions to the United States Department of Defense and other government customers. She is a trailblazer who continuously seeks out those opportunities to help other Black female STEM professionals. She helps them develop and advance in this demanding and ever-evolving field. I am very personally proud to present Miss Fleur Ryan.
Good morning, everyone. As an immigrant from the Caribbean, I observed my parents' work ethic and drive to succeed in a new country. They valued education, and they cultivated those values in my sister and me. Technology was always my passion, from having my first computer to taking IT courses in college, and finally, as I transitioned to support the DoD in their R&D national security mission. Standing here, I am so grateful and thankful for those early life lessons from my parents and from my mentors. As I pay it forward to the next generation of technologists, I'm especially grateful for this award that recognizes the importance of fostering STEM in our communities of color. Thank you.
This is awesome. Congratulations. So excited. And have you noticed a theme with these amazing women? So many of them are not just innovators and inventors and STEM professionals, but they're mentors. And I love this saying, when you educate a woman, you educate a family, you educate a community. You change the world when you educate a woman. And we're seeing that here with these amazing women who are all so growing and just stars in their own career, but right now reaching back. So kudos to you ladies for that. Now, here's another chance to win a prize just by texting starting right now. So see if you can be the first one to text WOCSTEM.TECHAM to that same number, 77948. And again, you'll be contacted if you're the winner. Now, our next presenter is from DTE Energy, building diverse workforce talent pipelines for both students and adults that improve educational outcomes and provide employment opportunities here in Michigan, where it's based. It has stepped up its recruiting and hiring from HBCUs and other diverse organizations. DTE has a long history of pursuing partnerships with businesses owned by minorities, women, veterans, and members of the LGBTQ community. In fact, in 2020, DTE spent $744 million, nearly 25% of its overall external spend, with 149 diverse businesses. Go ahead, DTE. Hear from DTE Energy to present the next recipient of our Special Recognition Award, the Senior Director of Community Engagement and Foundation Vice President, Rodney Cole.
Frenae Smith's significant career accomplishments are only second to her passion and commitment to serving minority communities through educational outreach and youth mentoring. Across her career, Frenae has given her time and energy to be a role model for young women in southeastern Michigan, primarily focusing her efforts on those economically disadvantaged. Inspiring youth to pursue their engineering dreams anchors Frenae's greater purpose beyond her many successful professional pursuits. Through her leadership at DTE, Frenae has achieved a number of significant accomplishments to help solve problems and drive our enterprise forward. I'm proud to present my friend, Frenae Smith, with this award, which fittingly captures both her professional achievements and impact on tomorrow's engineers, following in her footsteps. Congratulations, Frenae.
My fourth grade teacher gave me my first exposure to STEM by teaching us the laws of motion and physics, skating in the hallways of my elementary school. From that moment on, I knew I wanted to be an engineer, and I continued to participate in STEM community activities as I completed my engineering studies. As my engineering career unfolded, I never forgot those teachers that sparked my interest. Their impact inspires my work to continue to introduce underserved minorities to the wonder of STEM. Today, I pay tribute to the teachers who inspire me and the youth that I continue to be inspired by. It is from those sources that this award stems.
Congratulations, Frenae. And listen, I'm so glad. I want to meet that fourth grade teacher, okay, teaching physics and roller skating. I love it. And let's give it up for our teachers. Our teachers do so much to inspire our kids. And I never like to do one of these programs without acknowledging the impact that our teachers have. So thank you, all of you teachers out there, for all that you do to inspire and educate our children. Now, the presenter of our next Special Recognition Award is the Undersecretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere and Administrator of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA. Please welcome the Honorable Dr. Richard Spinrod.
Ms. Rita Williams began her career with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in 2008. As the budget analyst, she has positioned herself as a critical member of the staff, supporting the Great Lakes Environmental Research Laboratory and managing a multi-million-dollar research portfolio for NOAA's projects with the United States Environmental Protection Agency Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. Rita has been a foundation of this program through efficient and effective financial management. Since 2010, NOAA has received over $272 million in funding for 365 projects that Rita manages and keeps everyone's spending on track. She also shepherds the annual interagency agreement with the EPA through NOAA's review and approval process, which is a multi-stage and multi-month process. I'm very proud to present Ms. Rita Williams.
I'm a woman of faith. I truly believe what the Bible says, that without a vision, the people perish. My parents' vision was to send their children through college for a better future. Mom had to accomplish that herself because my dad passed at the age of 53. As a single woman, she did it. Their vision brought me where I am today, believing that if you stay focused, speak it, and encourage yourself every day, you can accomplish your dream. This is a bittersweet moment because my mom, who worked tirelessly at midnight to make sure I got through college, passed away this year at the age of 97. My parents were my foundation. They taught me I can have what I want, if I believe. I dedicate this award to the legacy of Hugh and Ida Williams. Thank you.
Congratulations. Outstanding. Now, here's our last test question. We're going to test your knowledge once again this morning. Again, using that cell phone, take that picture of the QR code and see how well you do in answering this question. Which company nominated the first ever Technologist of the Year award winner in 1997? Was it A, Verizon, B, IBM, or C, Texas Instruments? Now, we'll have that answer for you shortly. But right now, I'm honored to introduce our next award recipient. Suman Woolham's impact in furthering innovation during her relatively short 5 years at the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Lab is remarkable and continues to be realized. She shared her vision of an APL-wide innovation program for early career leaders, resulting in a new laboratory-wide program. The program, a fiscal year 2020 execution priority for the laboratory, contributed to APL's #3 ranking on Fast Company's 2020 Best Workplaces for Innovators list. Suman deserves recognition for her contributions to worldwide award-winning acclaim in innovation and successfully bolstering APL's innovation pipeline. I am proud to present Suman Woolham.
Growing up, I've always had a push and a pull with my parents. While I really appreciated the value they placed on education, they held on to conservative views of women's roles in society. My vision for myself was definitely different, and I constantly pushed myself to break boundaries to give them other perspectives on womanhood. In the process, though I may not have done everything the way that they would have wanted, they are extremely proud of me and what I've accomplished. This proves that if you fight for what you believe in, you can be a force for positive change in altering the views of others. Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations. We're seeing a lot about vision. Without a vision, the people perish. I believe that as well. And we see a lot of mighty women here with amazing vision. So congratulations to you again, ladies. Now let's see how you did with our last test question. If you think the company that nominated the first ever Technologist of the Year was A, Verizon, you are correct. So congratulations if you got that right. Now for the recipient of our next special recognition award, Rekha Wanava, who has worked in many different countries during her tenure at Ford Motor Company and uses those experiences to promote diversity of gender, color, and thought to her teams. She inspires her team to think differently and take bold actions, including building diverse interview panels and candidate lists for job openings. Amen. She demonstrates her passion for empowering women by leading the 600-strong Women of Ford Technology Employee Research Group, which fosters technical aptitude and leadership. Rekha is an inspirational leader, a diverse leader, a role model for women, especially women of color. I am proud to present Rekha Wanava.
I grew up in India, where my father was an automotive engineer, and my mother was an amazing homemaker raising 4 kids. My dad ran factory operations with a keen eye towards innovation, and I was in awe of the stories about what he was working on. My mother was a courageous woman who set high standards for integrity, commitment, and confidence. When I was in high school, my dad told me about how computers would be the future and change the world as we knew it. And that's how my love story with computer programming began. I came to the US with dreams of building a career in technology, and I'm grateful to Ford for the opportunities to learn and grow and help develop the future generation of technology talent and leadership. And I couldn't have done it without the strength and support of my husband and family. Thank you.
Congratulations. Awesome. And here's another amazing woman coming up. They keep coming. Deanne Shu's incredible career journey began filled with personal growth, leadership, and long-standing business impact, propelling her from intern to director. Deanne has relentless energy and never fails to achieve what she and her team set out to accomplish. Her extraordinary commitment to creating a collaborative, innovative, and transparent environment for every team member is how she has been able to lead through challenges and achieve incredible results. She is a true servant leader and a living embodiment of Rocket Mortgage Company's culture. It is for these reasons I am excited to present Deanne Shu.
You will see it when you believe it. My favorite culture principle. The key to success is relentlessly pursuing things you're passionate about. Throughout my entire career, I have taken ideas and brought them to life, even when others may not see the full vision. Not only for technology, but also for people. As a leader, my passion is to help others not just see their unlimited potential, but to believe they can go beyond that. Believing in ourselves and seeing the talents in others is how women of color are going to break down walls and empower each other to a future where anything is possible.
Deanne, your award. Your award. Don't want to leave this. Congratulations. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so fired up. So, as you know, the theme of this morning's Breakfast with Leaders and Legends is building on our women power. Now, you know, men, we love you, but we have to build on our women power. With that in mind, we have gathered 4 of the most powerful women in STEM and business to share their personal and professional journeys with us and how we can all use this power as we unite, we regroup, rebuild, and rebound. And Lord knows we need to do that. I know you'll want to take advantage of our lively Q&A session immediately following our panel, so write down what you want to ask, and we'll let you know how to get your questions to us. But first, let's hear from our STEM City USA co-hosts.
Here are some special messages for this year's award winners.
Congratulations, Mom! We are so proud of you. You deserve this and much, much more. We love you and have fun celebrating. Bye.
Hi, Tanya. I just want to say congratulations and best wishes with your future and other ventures. I can't wait to see what's next for you. And again, I just want to say congratulations and I love you. Stay blessed.
Charnel, we want to congratulate you on your outstanding achievement and your Rising Star Award. On behalf of our L&D team, we couldn't be more proud of you. Congratulations. Go get them.
On behalf of the Kanappalal family, I would like to congratulate my wife, Siji Thomas, who is one of the 2021 Women of Color Award winner. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Anna. We love you. You're the best.
The Women of Color STEM Conference, DTX, dedicated to celebrating you.
To quote Career Communications Group CEO Tyrone Taborn when commenting on the digital divide, he said, even before the pandemic, 2 Americas existed.
Millions of our nation's youth lived on the sidelines and were denied full participation through a lack of high-speed broadband hardware, meaningful digital content, and training.
While the other America had access to high-speed internet, multiple computers, and wireless tablets anytime and anywhere, despite the years of warning, the digital divide only widens.
But out of that neglect was born STEM City USA, a city in the sky.
This is a digital hands-on connection to a new world. The buzzword you may have been hearing tech companies throw around is metaverse.
The thing about STEM City is you come to it for the things they can do, but you stay for all the things they can be.
And that's the mission behind CCG's creation of STEMCityUSA.com. It's the ultimate portal and platform for 365-day engagement, but this is no fantasy.
That's right, and there's nothing virtual about this. This is reality, a new reality, where the impossible becomes possible and connecting with community provides pathways to improving every area of our lives.
We have the reality of improving our career opportunities.
The reality of a better education for our youth.
There's also the reality of learning how to make sound financial decisions.
The reality of better healthcare.
Here, the medium is the message, and it's ours to own, bringing content and context and personal and professional knowledge that can change our lives and the world.
We invite you to join thousands of people in this trusted community and be part of the change.
Now, let's rejoin Dr. Pamela McCauley for her panel discussion with the Women of Color Leaders and Legends.
Thank you so much. And I want to encourage us who are STEM folks to share this STEM City with at least 5 other people. Part of the reason I feel like we haven't made the advances we need in STEM is because we spend so much time talking to each other. So I want to challenge each one of us who are STEM professionals here to share with at least 5 people a link to STEM City. There's no reason for people who have an interest in STEM to not know about it. So whether they're at your church, in your community, you meet them in the grocery store, let's each of us commit to sharing the link to STEM City to at least 5 people in our network who are not in the STEM fields. So with that, let's move on into our panel discussion. And I am here to introduce some amazing women. First of all, here's the Director of AB and Mobility Strategy for Ford Motor Company and 2018 Women of Color Technologists of the Year, Dr. Donna Bell. Yay, Donna. Our next panelist is, please welcome the Director of Battery Cell Systems Research, Chemical and Material Systems Laboratory for General Motors Research and Development, and also our 2021 Woman of Color Technologist of the Year, outstanding Dr. May Kai. And our next panelist is Senior Purchasing Manager for Ford Customer Service Division, Ford Motor Company, Lizmar Barrow. And last but certainly not least, from Walt Disney Parks Experiences and Consumer Products, here's the Senior Vice President of International Facilities, Operations Services, and Worldwide Safety, Rachel Hutter, my girl. All right, ladies, so let's get rolling. Don't you look fantastic this morning? So nice to see you all here in Zoom land, or no, we're in STEM land, CCG STEM land. STEMCityUSA.com, here we come. So it's so good to be with you this morning, ladies. And you know the thing we have this morning of using our women power to unite, rebuild, regroup. I mean, ladies, we're doing it. How are you doing this morning? You look so good.
Doing well.
Awesome, awesome. Was that inspiring, seeing those previous panelists, award winners? Oh my goodness, I am so inspired every time I come here. So ladies, this is what I want us to do. I want us to, you know, we always have to wear our professional hat and answer the right questions and make sure that we know what we're doing. This is the real zone. You ladies are so amazing and so accomplished. It is such an honor to have each of you here with me this morning. And I would like for our audience, our listening audience, to really get to know a little bit about you and your amazing rise to where you are today, but also just some of the real things that you've had to deal with. And particularly in this COVID era, we used to say, I was starting to say post-COVID, but we ain't post nothing. So we're still in COVID and this hopefully getting to the end of COVID era. But people, we need to know the strategies, how to make it through some of these challenges that we're going through, and that it's okay to be going through some of these things. So with that, I'm going to ask each of you to, and of course, I've given a brief introduction, but if you would just share a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your personal journey, and the recent challenge of COVID, how you would encourage someone who may be having challenges in this era. So I'm looking at the top of my screen, so I'm going to start with you, Donna.
All right. Thank you, Dr. McCauley, and welcome, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. And, that's a very good question and about how I've been able to overcome. I started out 20 some odd years ago in the STEM field, working for Dow Chemical, and it is a male-dominated field. And it could be very easy. It could have been very easy for me to just step back and say, you know what, I don't want to be bothered with this. But I've always been dedicated to setting goals, setting SMART goals, and delivering on those goals. I have one specific mentor that I call all the time when I'm, kind of thinking about what I should do or where I should go. And they always tell me to stay focused on the prize, whatever that prize is, whatever you consider success, stay focused on that prize. So that's something that I've taken with me throughout my entire career. And that's what I would share with anyone that asks me, how can they excel in their respective industries? So that is the key. Just setting those goals, staying focused, and hey, taking a day at a time, a step at a time.
That's powerful, and it's really no magic to it. I think so often we're looking for that silver bullet, but like you said, have those goals, stay focused. Keep at it. That's very powerful. Mekai, share with us a little bit about your journey and how you've managed to overcome the challenges that you have to get to this point.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I'm new to this platform. I would like to start to say I'm truly humbled and honored to be able to sit in on the same panel with all you ladies, truly talented and amazing in this field. Each one of you are my role model. So a little bit about myself. I am a chemical engineer by training. I did my bachelor, master, and PhD degree in chemical engineering. I was born and raised in China, and I moved to the US.
Mekai, you're breaking up a little bit.
Advanced degree.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. And what you're saying is so important. I want to make sure everyone can hear you very well. Okay. So you want to try again?
Okay. So let me first start with a little bit about myself. I am a chemical engineer by training. I received my bachelor, master, and PhD degree all in chemical engineering. I was born and raised in China and moving to US in 1991 for an advanced degree. I started my career with General Motors as a summer intern and have been with GM for more than 25 years now. So my past assignment in GM involves technology to improve the technology in cabin air quality and engine testing, manufacturing process, hydrogen fuel cell production, storage, and a lot of more. I manage a multi-million-dollar R&D project in the area of the advanced energy storage material. And also on the people side, I'm currently managing a 30 PhD level researcher at GM to develop the future technology to accelerate our electrical future journey. So going to the discussion topic, how I manage the stress, I would like to share some of my personal experience. For me, to keeping up my energy and the productivity, I have to constantly maintain balance of my physical and mental health. Human body is just like a machine, but it's more than a machine. So anyone who's buying a machine, whether it's a washing machine or automobile, We need a proper taking care of the machine, right? With the proper care and maintain, it will run longer. And as our human body, okay, we have to continuously keep relaxed and balancing. If we are keep always under high pressure,
so
it
true.
will bring us to a breaking point very soon.
Yes.
And actually, human body is more like a simple machine, right? It's all depend on how we program ourselves and how we operate ourselves. So given the recent challenge of COVID, a lot of family get impacted, especially as a woman, we probably get impacted more compared to men. So because traditionally we wear so many hats, right? We are mother, we are daughter, we are wife, we are sister, we are co-worker, we are friend. Yes. Everyone needs something from us, right? They need us to help them, take care of them, deliver product to them, provide advice to them, and so on. So naturally, as a woman, we always put others' needs in front of us, okay? Because we think we are strong, right? We can take care of others. And this pandemic and working from home really increased our workload a lot, both from work and from home. Right. So if we don't balance the workload correctly, we will quickly lose ourselves. So using myself as example.
That's so powerful, the balance. I mean, that really is. And
for us, and the shutdown started. And my elder son just moved to Arizona. He just started a new job. We helped him move from Michigan to Arizona without knowing the pandemic is coming. Wow. And due to the nature of his work, he needs to physically stay in Arizona area, but he has been working from his own apartment. He's on his own without knowing anybody, no coworker and no friend over there. And my younger one moved back home from college, and my husband and I both started working from home. So with the three of us starting to share a same internet connection and trying to convert our home space into more office space so we can share, the work efficiency quickly dropped. Right. And everyone get very frustrated. And on top of that,
I want us to get back to that. I want us to get back to that. You're hitting on some really important points in terms of family and balance. And so I want to make sure that we get back to that. So your one son moved to Arizona, another one moved back home. We're doing all of this in the midst of the pandemic. And oh, by the way, she's still working, you know, and then of course we're being here for everyone else. So no, that's powerful. I want to make sure that we have time to get back to that point, but that is very powerful. And Liz Marr, listen, I happen to know some fun facts about you. You got your bachelor's degree at Simon Bolivar University, and the student body of mechanical engineering was comprised of 2,000 students, but only 10 were female. How do you like those odds? So you always felt like the spotlight was on you from the beginning. And perhaps that's why you're the superstar you are today. And I also know that you love soccer. You played soccer in college. You played soccer and studied engineering. I'm impressed. Salsa, dancing, cooking, and family traditions. So I love it. I love the holistic person here that we have, and yet you're this amazing achiever. So share with us a little bit about your journey, Liz Marr.
Oh, thank you, everybody, and it's my pleasure to be here. I'm really honored to share the stage with such fantastic, accomplished women leaders. So yeah, I was one of 10 out of 2,000 students in the mechanical school. So from the very beginning, I felt I was different, right? And what helped me was that I have a very competitive nature. So I would say the natural belief, at least at that time in my country, I come from Venezuela, was that mechanical engineering was known for females. It was a guy thing.
Sure.
What do you know about a car or an engine, right? So I actually became very good at even diagnosing failures. I took mechanical engineering courses or repair shops, because I want to make sure that I was the best. So I went to play soccer. I mean, I have about 1,900 coaches built in the school. So we founded the first mechanical engineering school soccer team. And we actually won the university in inter-schools tournament.
Outstanding.
The very first.
Outstanding.
Yeah, but we have an advantage. We have 19. I mean, I think we were the one team that had the most student coaches because, you know, help them. And
Excellent.
pretty much almost all the girls in the school needed to be part of the team.
Wow.
We just had enough. So to have a one team.
Fantastic.
So that's how it started. And then I think what I have used throughout my career are the wise words of my mom and my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna have me saying this, pretty much, and using this in every situation I face. My mom always told me, if anybody can do it, you can do it.
Go, Mom.
So when I doubting myself or Jesus, can I do this? I think my mom, if anybody can do it, there's a reason why you cannot do it. So you can do it. And I tell this to my kids. The other thing, my piece of advice that I grew up with were very powerful words from my grandma. My grandma told me, there is always something good in every situation for you.
Wow.
You just need to practice
Go, Grandma.
to see it.
That's beautiful.
So when you're going down or you feel losing your energy, if you can think of, if anybody can do it, you can do it. And there is something in this situation, you're learning something, you're becoming stronger, there is something good in this for you, that help you going through the bumpy roads. And, you know, to get down, but don't stay there long. You know.
No, that's powerful. So something good in every situation. And think about it, even in the challenging times, those are times often where we really grow. We learn about ourselves, or we learn that we're stronger than we think. So thanks, Mom and Grandma, for that advice. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And Rachel, who is one of my dearest friends, who is so good at balance. Mekai mentioned balance, and I'm so impressed how you can be balanced and get your morning runs out, and just, Rachel's a runner. She's on top of things at Disney and doing so many, awesome mom and wife. So you seem to have this balancing down, and I know you spend a lot of time in your job. So share with us a little bit about how you manage to do all that you do all over the world and still maintain your sanity and inspire others. And yes, Rachel mentors, goes out of her way. I've seen this woman over the years go out of her way to mentor women in engineering and STEM. So good morning, my sister.
Great to see you and great to be part of this panel. I'm going to reference back to Liz Mar's abuela, because I think that advice that there's something good for you no matter how bad the situation.
Yes.
You know, Pamela, you know, I had a really crazy history going into COVID. So my daughter needed spine surgery in December of 2019. And in the course of the spine surgery, her lung was injured. And so for the next 3 months, we were mostly in the hospital, but in and out of the hospital as they tried procedure after procedure to fix her lung. And in the meantime, the COVID protocols were getting more and more stringent, and less people could visit, and all these kinds of things. So when the lockdown of the country happened, and I heard so many people saying, oh, this is so awful being stuck in my house, I felt this is such a blessing to be in my house, because I had been in a tiny little hospital room, you know, machines beeping all night, people coming in and out, you know, it was just great to be in my house. And so I think, you know, a lot of balance comes from framing the situation that you're in. And I think a lot of balance comes from knowing yourself. And one of the things that's really been reinforced to me over COVID is I love being helpful. That is really when I am in my power curve. And so even though the family needs you, work needs you, all these people need you, that can either be stressful, or you can embrace the fact that I'm doing good work for good people. And that's really gratifying. And so, you know, I agree completely with Dr. Kai. Our bodies are machines. You know, I've learned how to meditate my way to sleep so that even in the hospital setting, I could grab a few hours where I could. And I think the older you get, the more you need to know the ins and outs of your machine, because it's not as easy as it is when you were young.
I like that, the ins and outs of our machine.
fitting that in, making sure I get a little bit of exercise every day, and denying the urge to eat junk food as part of the stress mechanism, making sure I'm feeding the machine, and it's got to run. So I got to do what it takes for it to run well.
Wow. Well, and it's interesting that you say, how you were so happy to be in your home, after and during COVID. I think we focused a lot on the challenges, and Lord knows there have been many in this whole time frame in terms of the lockdown of the country and the world, and us having to shift and all the many hats we wear. But I think that there have been some good things. If we take Liz Marr's grandma's quote and say, okay, there's something good in everything. And Rachel, we talked about this earlier. Let's chat a little bit about maybe some good things that have come from this era that we can take with us going forward.
Yeah, and I'll talk one career piece and then one personal piece. So along those lines of something good comes out of everything. And I think as women in STEM, all of us have times in our career where we're given the work that nobody else wants. And it's sort of that, what do I do with this? So, as COVID started, all kinds of vendors saw this as a big opportunity to make lots of money. So all the executives at Disney were just being bombarded with people selling them cleaning products and air disinfectors and you name it. And of course, all the executives wanted to do right by the company and our guests. And so they weren't sure what to do with all of this. And so my leader basically said to the C-suite of Disney, send this all to Rachel and she'll vet whether there's value in this or not. So,
no small task there.
That's not like, oh, great, right? But what it gave me an opportunity to do is to build this amazing brain trust of the top technical experts in Disney and really determine what do we know and not know. So very early on, we recognized temperature screening is not a good way to detect COVID. COVID doesn't spread by fomites or contaminated surfaces. These are the things we need to focus on. We need really good masks. That's what's going to be the most protective. And so it ended up, we sort of built, this is what we know and don't know about COVID deck. And that managed to make its way up to our CEO, to Bob Chapek. And he read through it and he's like, this is the way I want to think about getting through COVID. I really like this. So, I think you find the good, you jump into that work, even when you're given something that you think, oh man, this isn't like the really cool stuff. There's something really cool in it. You just got to find it and use it as a way to connect with people who are going to teach you things.
Boy, that's a way to turn a challenge around into a great leadership opportunity. That's awesome, Rachel. Ladies, your experiences in terms of good things that may have come out of what wasn't so good of a time. Donna?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've done, Dr. McCauley, is actually there's a couple things that I've been able to do. One is to really stay disciplined about my routine. And it's funny that my husband even mentions it. Every morning
it pays off.
I get up.
It pays off, yes.
Right. Every morning I get up, I go through the exact same routine to make sure that is not one of the things that holds me back. Awesome. One of the other things that I've done is I've been able to journal and meditate. I heard Rachel talk about meditation and getting into that state. I think that is so important for you to just stay centered, know where your center is, know where your core is, and then be able to get back to that point when you get into a stressful situation. When you can do that, you can soar.
You ladies are dropping
those strategies
wisdom.
Have definitely been important for me.
I love it. So we know our body is a machine, and this is a machine that we really need to be focused on taking care of. I'm hearing meditation. I'm hearing getting centered. I'm hearing understanding a routine and seeing the positivity in every situation. So Mekai, you started out with talking about the body being, started us on this body as a machine mindset, which I think is very powerful. Have you been able to see good things come out of this challenging time, or whether it's personal, taking care of your machine, or in the corporate world or family?
Yeah, for me, I think out of this COVID, I learned we should appreciate more about the family and your friend I now reach out more to connect even my elementary school, middle school, and high school friends because it's very important that you can get connected with people so we can help with each other to go through this challenging period.
Absolutely.
My mother lives in China by herself, and my sister lives in Germany, and my son is in Arizona. We all in different time zones, so for me, it's very hard for me to get time to get everybody connected.
Wow.
Before COVID, we used to travel a lot. We like our own family. We like to travel to different places and just experience different food and culture and relax in a family environment, solve all the family issues. But with this COVID, everybody stay home, nobody can travel. So we get more connected through the internet and phone call and Zoom. And I do.
Zoom has been our family friend. Yes. So you're saying you used to be able to travel, but now you're breaking up a little bit, Mekai, but I was capturing most of it. But so you're now using Zoom. And the point about different time zones, I mean, my goodness, it's been amazing what we've seen. And I think one of the things that I hope will come out of this that's positive is, you know how for years, because I'm very much about innovation, entrepreneurship, but the people who wanted to invest or wanted to get access to innovators said, well, we can't get the women or the people of color to come out here, you know, to come and pitch and do these things. Well, we have been seeing amazing things going on from the innovation, entrepreneurship, and STEM community over Zoom, things that previously we wouldn't have even considered. So I am hopeful, and I need to write a paper on this, that after this post-COVID era, we will see innovation and access to entrepreneur and STEM opportunities being handled very differently. And theoretically, that should open the door so more women and more underrepresented individuals can get access to these STEM and innovation resources. So that's what I've seen as a good thing to come out of it. I think we can increase diversity, equity, and inclusion post-COVID era using the things that we've learned. And ladies, I'm getting a note that we have some questions. So if there are questions, folks, please send your questions in. They want to make sure that they have access to ask you amazing ladies some questions. And let me say this too, everyone's name was on the screen. These ladies are all on LinkedIn and welcome an opportunity to connect with you. Let's connect on LinkedIn and continue the conversation well beyond this panel. Again, it's such a delight to have these women here. They're so accomplished, and our Technologist of the Year, we've got Dr. Donna Bell, who was a previous Technologist of the Year. You got the current Technologist of the Year, Liz Marr, future Technologist of the Year, Rachel, always Technologist of the Year. See, I'm just giving us titles. See, we have to lift each other up. All right, no, this is wonderful. And again, it's so good to see this where we, can have that opportunity to be real. While we're waiting for them to get the questions to me, let me ask you a question. One of my favorite movies in recent years has been Hidden Figures. And Rachel, a few minutes ago, mentioned how we're all sometimes given jobs that we don't necessarily want to do, that are less than glamorous, less than attractive, but we get them done. And oftentimes, we are the glue that keeps things together, or the oar that's moving a boat forward. But a lot of times, we don't receive that recognition. Talk to me about experiences you may have had where you felt like that hidden figure. And Lizmar, we'll start with you.
Yes, it has happened to me. There are moments that you feel invisible, right? Or that you're doing the work and you like to give more support. And you might feel like, you are visible to others.
Right.
But in strategy has been focusing on building trust based on the quality of my work, and then finding my voice. So finding opportunities to speaking out and contributing during business reviews, meetings, making valuable contributions. So people can realize that the go-to person, that you're the wizard behind the magic, right?
There you go.
And that it helps those connections, so directly with the key stakeholders. So I think Those are the key pieces, making sure that you build trust and you make those connections and find your voice. And even if the opportunity is not being volunteered to you, then you volunteer to the occasion.
No, I love the positivity. I love the positivity because you're right. I mean, finding your voice and go ahead and soaring even in that area where you may not be given the recognition you deserve. Other ladies, other experiences you may have had, please share.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it around a little bit. I think about the times where you've been able to identify an advocate or somebody that supports you, and they realize that you're being overlooked for things, and you hear it. You hear it from different leaders throughout the company, but there's always this one person that sees what you're going through, and they support you, and they really push you to be your best, to do your best, to get the visibility that you need, that you're entitled to, and those are the people that I applaud. And I try to do the exact same thing when I bring new people into the team. It's like, how can I push them out in front? I want them to get the visibility. It's not necessarily about me, but it's about them, pushing them out front, giving them what they need so that they can excel in their careers. So it's very important to have that balance.
Indeed. No, that's so powerful. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, Donna, because I think oftentimes we talk about mentors, but we need sponsors and we need advocates. And can we talk a little bit about what those three roles are and how it's important for each of us to not only be mentors to others, but even at the level you're at, having mentors, sponsors, and advocates. And Rachel, I know you've done a lot in this space, so you want to chat a little bit about what it means in terms of those three roles. And ladies, just jump in.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought this up, because one of the areas I've seen women hurt themselves is not recognizing the difference between a mentor and a sponsor, right? So, the mentor is the person you open your heart to and your vulnerabilities, and I'm not sure how to do this, and I need help. That's very different than a sponsor. A sponsor is someone senior in the company that's going to be looking out for opportunities for you. And that's a person you sort of always want your business face on in front of. And so if you misunderstand what the person's offering, and they're offering sponsorship, and then you say, oh my gosh, I'm worried I don't know how to do this, you could really not get what you need. So I think having a good conversation of, I need you to sponsor me for advancement. I need you to be an advocate for me. That's someone probably a little closer, maybe one level above you, that can speak up for you in talent talks and those types of things. Or truly a mentor, that person that you can just open your whole heart to, and the good and the bad, and where you're insecure and what have you. We all need all three of those. We need several people to be all three of those for us, but they're very distinct roles.
Absolutely. Rachel, have you put something like that on your LinkedIn page? Because that's powerful. I try to keep up with you.
I have not, but now I will.
Okay, all right, because that little bit of wisdom, and ladies, seriously, you're dropping so much wisdom here. I hope you'll go to your LinkedIn page and maybe just recap some of this, because this is so important. And I want women to benefit from all of the amazing accomplishments you've had. And I'm just concerned that it's going so fast. So please do. And we have a couple of questions I want to get to. So now I need these right now. Okay. All righty. As we move toward a post-pandemic world, what are some changes to the workplace that you feel people will benefit from? Okay.
I would love to jump in on that.
Go right ahead.
So, in my job, I have international responsibilities at Disney. So, of course, we have theme parks in Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. And in Asia, people are wonderful about wearing masks if they think they might be getting ill. And that's something historically we haven't done in the West, to our detriment. If I had a dime for every time somebody got me sick and, then said, oh, I just thought it was allergies. I hope moving forward, it becomes the norm of, if I feel a little off, I'll wear a mask that day, or I'll work remotely that day to not continue to spread it. This whole reward for perfect attendance and sort of encouraging people with infectious diseases to spread them to groups of people has been
Stay
crazy,
home.
right?
Yes. If you just want to work by Zoom. We love you, but we want you home if you are sick.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Awesome. Anything else, ladies? Other things you want to add?
I think for women, we might benefit for more flexible hours. So we might have more time to taking care of the family rather than before pandemic, we go straight away like a 9 to 5, those kind of hours. So we manage ourselves correctly. We can really manage to get both work done and meanwhile take the family through this
flexibility. Absolutely. No. And I'm telling you, this era has shown us from a flexibility standpoint, I mean, you can be doing a load of laundry between Zoom meetings, put dinner on, okay? And then if you can go mute, yell upstairs to tell somebody to bring down the other sheets that need to go in the wash. I mean, we have been, and just make sure you're on mute. What was the number one phrase in 2020? Okay, you're on mute, or we heard you. Okay, so we're all working through this. There was another question that I wanted to ask, and it said, if you could do it all again, would you change anything? And if so, what would that be? I would like to hear a response to that from each of our panelists. If you could change anything, what would it be?
I don't know if I would change anything.
Amen.
I don't know if I would change anything. I feel like every single experience creates a different strength inside of you. Mm-hmm. And so I often talk to my mentees about the fact that if you try to escape from a situation, you are not going to learn from that situation. Mm-hmm. And if you don't learn, guess what? You're going to move into the next situation with that same learning that has been, that hasn't been uncovered, and you're going to have to go through it again. Mm-hmm. So we were talking about, thinking about what we do in the good times and the bad times. Hey, if it's a bad time, stay in that situation and figure out what it is you need to learn, and take that, put that in your tool belt for later. That is so important to go through every single one of these experiences so that you learn and you grow. I always talk about my tool belt. Okay, that's something I can stick in my tool belt and I can use later.
So ladies, hang in there.
I've been through that experience.
If you're going through some tough times, there's some between Lismar and Donna and Mekai and Rachel, we're telling you, you're going to get through it. It might not feel good today, but you will get through it. Okay, Mekai, what would you say to that if you had something, if there was one thing you would change, what would it be?
I just want to echo what Rachel said before. So if I'm going to start over my career, I really need to find myself a mentor at the beginning.
You'd find a mentor?
In the workforce, that was 25 years ago. I have no clue. This is the mentor and the sponsorship. So my first mentor was actually after I stayed 10 years in the industry. So when I first had a chat with him, so he asked me, what is your career path plan? I mean, when do you want to move to next your advancement role? I said probably 5 to 10 years. And he said, why? How long it takes for you to move the next step, and really depend on how deep in your heart you want to do this. So if you really want to move to whatever the next level, and you want her bad enough, you will find yourself a mentor and a sponsorship to help you get there.
Wow, so, mentors.
I definitely won't wait for 10 years to find myself a mentor. I will reach out very early on in my career.
Wow, that's so powerful. I mean, I completely agree. I know I have been so blessed by mentors in my life. So blessed by mentors, sponsors, and advocates. So, Lismar, what if there was something you could do differently?
I think I would practice more self-advocacy.
Hey, amen. Hold on. And we as women, we don't do enough of that. Now, fellas, I've said before, I love you. I just love you, man. I truly do. But you all don't mind telling the world how fantastic you are. You do not. And I will meet women who have done such incredible things, and they won't open their mouth. So go ahead, Lismar. I'm sorry, I got excited about that.
No, that's that's okay. So yeah, I think that there is something culturally that even I would say among the Latino community, to we, I think the way we're taught is to talk about the we, us, ourselves versus I, me, what I did. And we talk about the team.
Right.
We have this family and community so strong, that concept is almost the rude to talk about you.
Yes.
And in our professional and corporate world, you need to be a self-advocate, and
Absolutely.
you have be humble about it. Doesn't work.
Yo,
And
powerful.
yeah, we just and then the hope that we have when we don't do this self-advocacy is that working hard would show, but we need
That's
to
right.
also make people realize
Self-advocacy.
that you are doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And
Oh, I love that. I love that. And you mentioned culture. Well, honey, you know, in the black community, it's the same way. And you got a scripture tell you, Donna, tell me, co-sign me. Okay, you got a scripture. You get to talking too much about yourself, you might get struck by lightning. And then they're going to take you humility before honor and pride before fall. But I'm just telling you, we all love that scripture and you hold on to it, but you need to self-advocate in this world. You really do. So I'm so glad you said that. And Rachel.
Well, I think what Donna said was so beautiful. And I truly am very grateful for my successes and my failures during COVID. I've been stretched in new ways and I have grown so much. If I could change one thing, I would change how we as a nation responded to COVID, because I look at Portugal and it's almost 98% of eligible people have gotten vaccinated, because as a country, there was this embrace of science, this embrace of community and working together to get through the pandemic. And we had such a brilliant opportunity as a nation to bond together in a way we never have before. And instead, people chose for personal gain, I think, to create divisions. And I wish I could change that.
Wow. Well, you did a fantastic job at Walt Disney World. You did.
Thank you.
So, and let me tell you what I would change. I would worry less about what other people think.
Yeah.
I spent much of my early career insecure because I thought I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do. And instead of recognizing some of these people are just not going to embrace me. Some of them are not going to accept me. And so I would change that energy that I spent in that. But you don't know what you don't know. And of course, you know, I was taught, my dad was a drill sergeant, mom was an optimist. If you work hard, you do your best, you know, it will happen. But people didn't embrace me in that way. And it's funny, I'm hearing us say 25 years, 30 years, 20 years. Boy, where did the time go? I got my first engineering degree 30 years ago. And I will say this, I never dreamed we'd still be having some of these conversations today that we're having. So what you ladies are doing is so important, so important. And being able to be the amazing role model that each of you are. I mean, so accomplished, so genuine, and so real, and then giving back. And it's so powerful. So I'm giving the high sign that we're getting close. So do I have time for one more question, or is it, okay, so time for one more question. What advice would you give to young girls who are considering STEM fields but don't want to be called a nerd by her peers? Oh, bless her heart. Didn't you? Okay. Well, honey, this is my little advice. Don't worry about them calling you a nerd, sweetheart. Think about that paycheck, and they will probably work for you in the future. So with that, I'm going to toss. Yes, okay. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So toss it to you, ladies. What advice would you give her?
Dr. McCauley, I'm right with you. I'm like, don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't worry about being called a nerd. Actually embrace it.
Amen.
Because, you know, you take a look at the different types of people within school. You look at the nerds, they're
and child, you better say
they're going up in the spaceships right now.
Yep, be a nerd, marry a nerd. Okay.
That's right. So it's okay to be a nerd, and it's okay to be a girl nerd.
That's right.
I'm cool with that.
And go to Stimulating City and find you some more nerds to be friends with.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Find some people that are like you and be around those individuals, because I'm telling you, it will pay off in the end.
Amen. Yes, it will.
And I just want to add, that's why forums like today are so important. I always call this swan time, you know, like in your own little microcosm, you feel like an ugly duckling. And then you look around and you're like, oh my God, if ever there's a group I want to be part of, it's these women. And I am a swan among swans. So find your swan
Beautiful. I love it. Swan among swans. I love it. And look, I mean, if they're talking about nerd, look at you amazing, beautiful, accomplished women. Is there anything nerdy about this? This is success. STEM success. Lizmar, Mekai, I want to hear from you, ladies. What would you say to this young girl?
I would tell her, go shine. I have my daughter, when she was in 7th grade, she was in honor math. And then one day she come home and say, Mom, I suck at math. I'm terrible. I said, you know, you have straight A's and you're in honor math. Then I learned that she was in the cheerleading squad, and then other moms and other girls were liking math. And so she in. And I told her, you know what? Math is cool. You can do amazing things with math. And I told her, look, you're good at it. I don't know if you like it or not, but you excel at it.
Right.
So don't try to be looking or to fit in certain mold just for fitting in. I mean, it's okay to be different. And I think it's very important for us to be role models, to volunteer to those classes, to talk to those 6th and 7th graders, because that's when perhaps they might be trying to fit in one mold or another.
That's when it starts to change, yes. In middle school, that's the age where girls start to move away from math and science, even if they liked it. But so that's a very critical area. So I'm glad you're saying that, Lizmar, being those role models. And ladies, please, I'm so glad they put your names on the screen, because I hope you'll go to your LinkedIn page and maybe post a link to this conversation, because you're sharing such powerful information. Lizmar, your daughter had you to come to say that. There are some 6th and 7th grade girls who they don't have a mom that's an engineer who's in STEM who can get them back on the right path. So I want as many people as possible to have access to the nuggets that you all are dropping. And Mekai, finally, what would you say to her?
Yeah, I will tell her, don't care what other people say, because you really cannot control what other people say.
Okay.
Right? Only what you can control. For example, go out and find other nerds to work together with you, like me. Come find me, right?
I know that's right. Mekai said, come find her.
Show them what we can do. Let's rock together.
Absolutely. I love it. I absolutely love it. And not only are you ladies brilliant, but the hearts that you have to want to give back, to share. I mean, it is such an honor to be here with you today. And I think we are getting very close to the end. Normally I'm starting to get signs, but I want to give each of you just a moment to share some parting comments to our audience, some words of inspiration, anything you would like to share, anything that's kept you going in your challenging times or helps you to rebound. And I've loved the meditation. Rachel, I promise I'm gonna get back to my meditation. Remember, I started, but I'm gonna get back. You and Donna said meditation. I'm gonna try to get back on my Peloton, my bike, but I've got to get routine, like you said, Donna. Okay, and I'm gonna get back to my routine. So, ladies, thank you again. But I would love for you to share some parting comments with our audience. So we'll start with you, Lizmar.
Okay, well, I just would tell everybody to believe in yourself. Have faith in your number one. Know you can do it. Be bold, and remember, there is always to be learned in every situation. Remember my mom's words. You can use it. If anybody can do it, you can do it. So
Beautiful.
That's
beautiful, beautiful. Mekai.
I will say the same thing. You have to believe yourself and always aim high. So if you want to land among the stars, you have to aim for the moon first.
Believe in yourself. Beautiful, beautiful. And Donna.
I'd say practice gratitude.
Mm.
Every
Amen.
day, think about one, it could be one or two things that you're grateful for. And that will take you so far. I used to have a gratitude jar. And I probably should start it back up again, but just jot down some things that you're grateful for. And then dig in that
Wow.
jar from time to time and go, you know what? I forgot about that.
Wow.
And it will help. It will really help in advancing whatever you're trying to do.
Fantastic. I love that. Gratitude, a gratitude journal. I have had mornings where it was so rough getting up with the challenges I've had this past year, losing my father and my mother's health challenges. And I didn't have a gratitude journal, but I actually laid in bed, and before I got up, I would make myself think of at least 5 positive things. So that works. That gratitude, and it changed the atmosphere, changed my mood. And I'm a woman of faith, but even women of faith get tired. But that gratitude, and anyone can do that, just being thankful for those things, it is so powerful. So I love this, believe in ourselves, have that gratitude moment. And Rachel?
One of the blessings of the pandemic is that we should have more time to reflect, because even though we're on Zoom all day, it's not the same bombardment of energy of people physically being around us in the same way for most of us. And I think it's so important to live your own life. The things we're saying, so Donna and I are super passionate meditators. If you try meditation and it doesn't work for you, don't keep going just because we like it, right? You gotta, even the people who love you the most, your family, maybe telling you this is what you should do and this should make you happy. And maybe it isn't. Life is about finding out what brings you fulfillment and then putting your full energy toward the things that bring you fulfillment. So the number one thing is to figure out what those are for you and then build them into your life.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And I had one important question that I wanted to make sure that we covered, and I didn't. How can we be there for each other as women? What are the best ways we can be here for each other when we're strong, when we're not so strong, when we're trying to figure out where to go, when we are on top, how can we support each other? So if we could say that, I think that would be very powerful. Each of you just share, and it can be an experience you've had, where you were there to support another woman.
Yeah, I think reinforcement. So if there is a woman in a meeting and she has something to say, and
say it, Donna.
Everybody overlooks it, you have to reinforce. Oh, excuse me. Pamela said blah, blah, blah.
I love
or
it.
if someone else says it and it sounds better, well, I think that's what she just said.
Okay.
So being that reinforcement in a meeting, I think is very powerful for women to stick together.
I love it. Reinforcement.
And I would say every little thing you do to support other women helps. So I had a day a couple months ago where I thought I was fine. And then I got a text from a female friend at work saying, hey, just checking in to see how you're doing. And then I got a call from someone else like, hey, how you doing today? And like, it didn't take much math for me to say, clearly I'm off today and I don't realize it. And it didn't have to be like a big confrontation of, Rachel, you seem really cranky today, you need to re-level. It was just a couple people making it known that they care about me.
Wow.
And me accepting that and saying, I need some space. Clearly something's off. So every little bit helps.
Wow, that's awesome. And it's okay to have those days when you're off. But like Rachel said, take a step back and be kind to yourself. Liz Marr.
I would say coaching and sharing experiences. So I recently I saw maybe a passive behavior when I know somebody have to do the work. And after one of those calls, I called her, right, and said, listen, maybe you need to work with your supervisor, make sure that you control the meeting, that you get your agenda, what you want out of the meeting, and he's there to support you.
Right.
And be thankful, but don't let him be the one leading, because at the end of the day, you're the one really knowing what needs to happen.
Absolutely.
So
I love it.
Don't be afraid to take the lead. And then when I saw and I knew the the work that was happening, and I didn't hesitate grabbing the phone and say, you know what, they will work beautifully, and she has done it.
Absolutely.
And I think it goes a long way in getting that self-confidence.
That's beautiful. And I'm getting the wrap up real fast, and so I am so excited. Mekai, real quick, how can we support each other?
I would just say, don't be afraid of reaching out, ask for help. So if you don't,
beautiful.
You need help, right? And then build up a network.
I love
Women, we do need a network.
Beautiful. Your network, ask for help. This is so powerful. So for those of you who have been with us today, I will for sure put this on my LinkedIn page, and the rest of these amazing women, please feel free to connect with us, reach out to us. It has been such a pleasure and a joy to be here with you today. And I want to give a round of applause to these amazing women. Thank you so much. Okay. Now we have a few more things that I have got to wrap us up with. I want to again thank our panelists for sharing your true selves. Ladies, you rock. You truly are the best. And I hope all of you who are attending our conference are taking advantage of the great workshops and seminars being offered. Also, we look forward to having you join us at our Women of Color Awards Gala tonight, where we will honor Mekai and a great number of other amazing women. And that's just the start of our great night together. You'd have to go to the nation's top nightclubs to see entertainment coming directly to you from our stimulating lounge tonight. And they call us nerds. We're about to party, okay? Leading off at 9 o'clock is Mesa, who has collaborated with everyone from Stevie Wonder, Incognito, and Angela Bofill to Will Downing, Jonathan Butler, and Phil Perry. Mesa has received countless awards for her work, including Soul Train's first Centric Award in 2009 and a Grammy nomination for Best Traditional R&B in 2018. Then Donnell Campbell, DJ Smooth, and when I say he's smooth, he picks up the beat at 9:45 as only this legendary DJ for 24 years can do. And that will take us up to Brian Culbertson working his star magic at 11 p.m. Brian has crafted a 20-album catalog and racked up over 30 Billboard #1 singles as a multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, and producer. His latest album is a mix of what he's done throughout those 20 records, including funky instrumentals, pop-sounding tracks, slow jams, straight-ahead jazz, gospel vocals, lots of horns, and some straight-up funk. Then taking us home in the stimulating lounge from midnight to 2 a.m. so you can hang out all night, okay, is DJ Silver Night. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We got a great evening planned. We will see you all tonight at the Women of Color Awards Gala ceremony and later in the Stimulating Lounge. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, and it has been a pleasure to be with you this morning.